Margaret Ellis turned 60 on a Tuesday in October, the kind of gray autumn day in suburban Ohio where the leaves fall slow and the sky forgets to brighten. She woke at 5:47 a.m. like always, made coffee in the same chipped blue mug Robert had bought her in 1989 during their honeymoon in Myrtle Beach, and sat at the kitchen table staring at the empty chair across from her. Robert had been gone 7 years. Heart attack at 58, right in the middle of mowing the lawn on a Saturday morning. The neighbors still talked about how peaceful he looked when they found him. Grass clippings stuck to his shirt, mower idling in the driveway like it was waiting for him to come back. Margaret never sold the house. Never even thought about it. The mortgage was paid off. The garden still bloomed because she tended it the way some people pray. Every spring she planted the same marigolds he used to call too loud for a quiet street. Every fall she raked the same leaves into piles he used to jump in with their daughter, Emily, when she was small. Emily. The name still caught in her throat like a bone. Emily had been 23 when she left. Not in the dramatic runaway sense. No slammed doors, no screaming matches. Just a quiet packing of 2 suitcases one December morning while Margaret was at the grocery store buying ingredients for Christmas cookies. When Margaret came home, she found a single sheet of notebook paper on the kitchen table. "Mom, I can't breathe here anymore. I love you, but I have to go find somewhere I can actually live. I'll call when I'm settled." That was 12 years ago. The calls never came. Margaret tried everything at first. Police reports, they said Emily was an adult, not missing. Private investigators, expensive, fruitless. Facebook searches, old email accounts, mutual friends from high school who shrugged and said, "She always talked about California." Nothing. Years blurred. Margaret kept the bedroom exactly as Emily left it. Posters of bands no one listened to anymore. A lava lamp still half full of purple wax. A stuffed rabbit named Mr. Flops sitting on the pillow like he was waiting too. She worked 32 years at the public library downtown, shelving books, recommending novels about women who found second chances. She retired at 59 with a small pension and a gold watch she never wore. Now she volunteered twice a week at the animal shelter because the cats didn't ask questions and the dogs were grateful for any kindness. On her 60th birthday, she didn't tell anyone. She baked herself a single-layer yellow cake with chocolate frosting, the same kind she used to make for Emily's birthdays. She lit one candle, watched the flame tremble, then blew it out before it could burn down. She ate one slice standing at the counter, then wrapped the rest in foil and put it in the freezer next to the other frozen slices from other years. That night she sat on the front porch swing, the one Robert installed the summer Emily turned 5, and watched the streetlights come on one by one. A young couple walked by pushing a stroller. The baby was crying softly. The mother murmured something soothing. Margaret felt a dull ache behind her ribs, the same ache that had lived there so long it felt like part of her skeleton. She went inside, locked the door, turned off the porch light. Upstairs, she opened Emily's closet. The clothes still smelled faintly of teenage perfume and laundry detergent. Margaret pulled out the old denim jacket Emily wore the last Christmas they spent together. She pressed it to her face and inhaled, but the scent was gone. Only dust and time remained. She carried the jacket to her own bedroom, folded it carefully and placed it on Robert's side of the bed. Then she lay down on her side, facing the empty half, the way she had every night since he died. "I turned 60 today," she whispered to the dark. "You would have made pancakes. Emily would have drawn a terrible card with too much glitter." No answer. Just the tick of the hallway clock and the distant bark of a neighbor's dog. Margaret closed her eyes. She dreamed of a summer afternoon 25 years earlier. Robert grilling burgers in the backyard. Emily, 8 years old, running through the sprinkler in her yellow swimsuit, laughing so hard she hiccuped. Margaret stood at the kitchen window watching them, a dish towel over her shoulder, thinking, "This is enough. This is everything." She woke at 3:14 a.m., with tears already on her cheeks. She didn't wipe them away. Instead, she got up, walked to the living room, opened the bottom drawer of the old oak desk, and took out the shoebox she hadn't touched in 4 years. Inside, every card Emily ever made her, every school photo, every report card with A's in English and C's in math. A Polaroid of the 3 of them at the county fair, arms around each other, cotton candy stuck in Emily's hair. At the bottom, the last birthday card Emily sent before she left. Front cover showed a cartoon cat wearing a party hat. Inside, in Emily's slanted handwriting, "Happy birthday, Mom. You're the best person I know. I hope I turn out half as kind as you. Love always, M." Margaret traced the words with her finger until the ink blurred under tears. She closed the box. She carried it back to bed, set it on Robert's pillow, and curled around it like a child holding a stuffed animal. Outside, the first snow of the season began to fall. Soft, silent flakes that covered Maple Street in white. Margaret didn't get up to watch it. She stayed in bed, arms wrapped around the shoebox, breathing slow and even. She thought about the marigolds she would plant next spring. She thought about the library books waiting to be shelved. She thought about how some kinds of love don't disappear. They just change shape until they fit inside the small, quiet spaces left behind. And in the dark of her 61st year beginning, Margaret Ellis closed her eyes again. Not peacefully, not broken, just finished waiting. The snow kept falling. The house stayed quiet, and somewhere far away, maybe California, maybe somewhere else, a woman in her 30s woke up in a strange apartment, looked at an old photo on her phone of a yellow kitchen and a smiling mother, felt the same dull ache behind her ribs, and whispered into the dark, "I'm sorry, Mom." But the words never reached Ohio. They never had to. Some silences are louder than any phone call. The end.